The next step is to start taking attendance. Okay, if in order to take attendance, you need to select a day, the number of the day, the date, okay, and the month. Okay, let's say that this is today is the 20th, okay, and it's the fourth month. We're talking about Arabic months. This is an hour. Okay, you see, the minute you select the date, okay, it will by default mark all the students present. So the next step is for you go to select the students who are absent, sorry. So it's like having somebody doing most of the job for you, and you just modifying the students' records. Let's select another day, the 21st. All right. Now I remind you that these are hours, okay, people. These are not days. So if you have classes on Monday from, let's say, from 8 to 11, 3 hours, you will need to select 3 columns, okay, and they will have the same date, obviously, but they will account for 3 hours. Okay, now let's copy and paste a number of days, just in order to have enough data for the purpose of this tutorial. Now it cannot be done like this, by the way. You cannot select copy and paste dates. You need to enter each date individually, because dates obviously change per day. The wonderful thing about the sheet will show you the day, so you have like a double checker as you go. Now there are enough hours in this sheet to cover 14 weeks if you have a 15-hour a week course. Okay, 210 hours. This is the maximum number of classes that could be conducted based on our current arrangement or current set number of contact hours per week. Okay, now this your sheet will look like this, and this is actually an exambulary sheet. I mean, you have very regular students, but for the purpose of this tutorial, let's go and mark some students absent. Sorry, so the first one will be regular student. The second one, let's say, now here if you go under each tick, you'll notice that you have a couple of items that you can select from. This is very, I mean, weird. Okay, basically what you see here is not what you get. If you select the U, you will end up with a tick mark, and if you select the one that looks like an I, you will end with a dot. Now dots represent absence, so let's go on and mark this student absence for, let's say, 22 classes across the up to the or all these students will be absent for 22 classes of 100 classes. Now let's go and make the second student less regular. Okay, let's select, let's say, 29. Okay, I'm gonna show you something in a minute. Now for the third student, this guy has not shown up for most of the classes in the semester, say up to 75. Now the reason I'm doing this is to give you like various situation or various different cases, and how the Excel sheet will deal with them. Okay, go to the end of the Excel sheet. Okay, right here you have a report. Now this report here shows you how many classes each student has attended. Now remember, the first student was very regular, okay, and he attended 100 hours, so all the hours have been attended. He didn't miss a single class. The second student attended 78 classes, missed 22. The third student, 71 classes he attended, and he missed 29. The third student, he missed actually, he only attended 42 classes and missed 58. God. Okay, now here it shows you the percentage. The most important column is this one. Okay, this tells you the percentage of absence. Remember that we have a bench line or a benchmark of 25. So anybody under 25 is okay to some extent, and anybody above 25 and less than 50 has a special case. They need to produce excuses. Anybody above 50, well, he's hopeless. Okay, is a hopeless case. He cannot present excuses. He's not allowed to his excuses will not be accepted. He's actually deprived. Now let's look at this in the report here. 22. If the student said 22%, he's not deprived, but there's a report here that says, okay, likely to be deprived if absence increases. And this is very convenient, and you can tell your students if the students are nearing or getting close to the danger zone or danger area. You can tell them, give them a heads up, and tell them that they need to be regular, start attending classes on a regular basis, so that in order not to be deprived. The next case, 29, this guy is deprived. Okay, acceptable excuses are required. He can actually produce acceptable excuses to be viewed by the college. The last thing, the student who has missed 58 of the course classes, deprived, excuses will not be accepted. So these are the 4 basic report that you will get based on the student's attendance. Here you will have the same thing in Arabic for the purpose sorry about that in order to tell the student, this is for the benefit of the student.